Right now, a high-profile murder trial in Dane County coming to a close today. We'll take you inside the courtroom for sentencing.
Plus, one step closer to reality, Edgewood College announces a major purchase for the future of its athletic department.
And later, the Badger Blueprint, a Week 1 recap and breakdown of Bucky's Week 2 opponent, Washington State. News 3 Now at 10 starts now. These two men, Kari Sanford and Elijah LaRue, both sentenced to prison time today for their involvement in the 2020 UW Arboretum double homicide. One of them, Sanford, will spend the rest of his life behind bars with no chance of parole.
He is convicted of murdering his then-girlfriend's parents 2.5 years ago. A judge handed down that life sentence this morning. Our Andrew Banstra is in studio tonight with more on this case. Andrew?
It was a day that the judge described as somber and devastating, but one that finally brought justice to Dr. Beth Potter and Robin Kari.
More than 2 years after kidnapping and killing his ex-girlfriend's parents, Kari Sanford received his sentence today.
I sentence you to life in prison without eligibility for release.
Sanford, now 21, made a final attempt for sympathy for his murder of the UW professor and her husband.
If taking my life is what it takes to repay them and to resolve the grievances of this beautiful family and define justice, I would be honored.
You have utter disregard for human life.
Elijah LaRue, Sanford's friend and getaway driver, also received sentencing today. His original charges each held up to 55 years in prison.
You are a follower with an undeveloped moral compass and a lack of courage of character. That makes you dangerous.
Judge Burr said accountability, no priors, and character came into the decision-making process.
Going to impose a sentence that I believe will give you the time in prison that you need, without so much that you will not have a future.
More than 2 years of time served will count in his sentence. LaRue received half the prosecution's requested sentence and less than 1/10 of the maximum sentence.
I'm sentencing you to 18 years in the Wisconsin state prison system, 8 years of initial confinement, 10 years of extended supervision.
I just want to apologize to both the Potter and Kari family.
Well over 2 years since March 30th, 2020, the day Robin Kari and Dr. Beth Potter were abducted from their home at gunpoint, a home Sanford once lived in. Family members and loved ones were finally provided some closure today. Sanford will serve consecutive life sentences without parole, while LaRue will be released in 6 years.
Andrew, thank you. And new tonight, police say they have their man arrested in connection with a double stabbing yesterday in Sun Prairie. 2 people were injured, one of them seriously, but tonight we're told their condition has stabilized. The suspect, a 29-year-old from Madison, arrested on tentative charges of mayhem and first-degree recklessly endangering safety. And we're also trying to get more information about an officer-involved shooting last night in Adams County. It happened in Strong's Prairie just before 7. Tonight, the events leading up to that shooting are still unclear. The only confirmed information we have is that a deputy was called after the report of a man walking down the road. And when that deputy approached, they say they found the man to be armed, and then the deputy shot the man, killing him on scene. Additional information has not yet been released.
And a dramatic situation playing out tonight in Memphis, Tennessee. Police are warning people to be on the lookout for a man who may be responsible for multiple shootings. Police say they've been receiving reports that the man is recording his actions on Facebook. They haven't identified the 19-year-old suspect, but they have released a photo of him. And breaking tonight out of Canada, police have arrested the second suspect in the stabbing deaths of 10 people in the province of Saskatchewan tonight after a 3-day manhunt. The Royal Canadian Mounted Police say Miles Sanderson was located near the town of Rosthern. An official familiar with the matter said Sanderson's vehicle was rammed by police and he surrendered. The fugitive's brother and fellow suspect, Damian Sanderson, was found dead Monday near the stabbing sites.
Well, let's get a look now at our certified most accurate forecast. Here's meteorologist Julian Seawright. Julian?
Well, the good news is we are on store for another quiet night for us. As temperatures and conditions are going to stay rather stable throughout the course of the night, just like they did yesterday. However, the difference was, as we looked at for today, well, the high for us was around 83 degrees. Warmer today, and on top of it, it definitely felt summery. As we look at temperatures around southern Wisconsin, 67 degrees in Madison currently, with 66 in Janesville, with 68 in Platteville. Pretty mild as we get in throughout the rest of our early nightly hours, but on top of it, we are still holding on to a bit of moisture here in southern Wisconsin, as dew points are within the lower and mid 60s throughout everywhere in southern Wisconsin as we go on throughout the rest of tonight. Now, taking a look at what we're going to expect for tomorrow, another summer-like day. The other thing, though, we're going to be watching for is fog development overnight that could carry into our early morning hours. So as you're heading out the door, make sure that you are taking it slow in certain areas, as we are looking for some patchy fog that could be obscuring your visibility and ability to drive. Outside of that, a high of 82 degrees is going to be a nice one with mostly sunny skies, and on top of it, another warm one. We'll take a look at what else to expect for the back end of the work week in just a few moments. Until then, back to you guys.
New tonight, a Madison alder's name appearing on a leaked list of those who paid to be members of the Oath Keepers.
That's the far-right group now being investigated for its involvement in the January 6th attack on the Capitol. Alder Gary Halverson, who represents Madison's 17th district, is one of the hundreds of people and 6 elected officials from Wisconsin identified on the membership rolls, meaning they paid a membership fee at some point in time. Halverson telling the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel he joined the group in mid-2020 before canceling his membership 2 months later. When we asked for a comment today, Halverson said, quote, "I joined without vetting the organization. I thought I joined an organization that welcomed veterans and who cared about our democracy. I was misled, and I terminated the membership 2 months later in August of 2020. A new bombshell report from the Washington Post says materials seized from former President Trump's Florida home in August could contain information on the nuclear capabilities of a foreign nation. The Post cited people familiar with the matter who did not identify which foreign government. CBS News has not independently verified that report, which says the document was among the more than 100 classified materials that were seized.
Next tonight, the fall semester getting underway today for students at UW-Madison. Enrollment numbers from the university's official census are not yet available, but officials expect the incoming freshman class of around 8,600 to be the university's largest ever class. Soon, stadium lights will be popping up in the middle of farmland in Fitchburg.
Edgewood College just acquired land it plans to turn into a sports and wellness complex. Armand Rahman has more of what they have in store here. Armand?
Yeah, guys, this is just the master plan the city of Fitchburg approved, which the college tells me is just a study of what exactly they want to put there. But it gives you an idea of what could come to the 40-acre farmland. This is just unused cornfield now.
That is 40 acres of what is currently farmland at the corner of Lacey and Seminole in Fitchburg.
But Edgewood College plans for it to be a field of dreams come true for their outdoor sports teams.
Baseball, softball, track, lacrosse, soccer, tennis, and golf.
Right now, those athletes literally don't have a home turf. Instead, they play off campus, anywhere from Redden Park in Madison to other parks and fields in Verona.
While those facilities are individually all nice, it will be great to have all of our athletics consolidated in one place.
But it won't all be turf and stadium seats.
Our plans for it are to put an athletics campus as well as 12 acres of wetlands.
Native wetlands will be restored and used as a learning lab for future students.
And it was also important for the city of Fitchburg because water management is an important part of whatever development they're going to be doing out there.
So how did a private college set their sights on farmland for their sports complex? It used to be a part of the O'Brien family farm, which decided they wanted to hand it off to the college next.
It was very nice for us to kind of complete that circle and have this property move from a family that has cared very much for it for many generations into the Edgewood College family, where it will be cared for by many generations to come.
Now, the Edgewood College president tells me next he'll have to finalize exactly where they want to place fields and buildings, which they plan to do in the next couple of months before looking at funding and construction.
Armand, thank you. And coming up a little later tonight in sports, the Badger Blueprint. Sports director Zach Hanley and a Wisconsin State Journal writer Jim Polzine break down week 1 and preview Wisconsin's upcoming game this weekend against Washington State.
This year's Ironman Wisconsin race is less than a week away, but competitors can now start preparing for next year's race. The organization has announced the triathlon will return to Madison on September 10th, 2023. Next year will mark the 21st running of Ironman Wisconsin. Coming up next on News 3 Now at 10, the latest version of the iPhone unveiled today in California.
Plus, getting ready for the NBA season already inside Fiserv Forum. That's just ahead. Stay with us.
Welcome to Dwellings.
Shop our fabulous showroom, Hard Rock Road, Fitchburg.
Think crime is bad now? Mandela Barnes would make it worse. Barnes would eliminate cash bail even after the Waukesha Christmas parade attack, supports amnesty and sanctuary cities for illegals, and had worked for a radical group that wants to defund the police. Barnes has a long record of smearing police while spending your tax dollars on security for himself. Mandela Barnes, wrong on crime, dangerous for Wisconsin. Senate Leadership Fund is responsible for the content of this advertising.
The 2023 Ford F-150 trucks are coming, meaning more ways to haul, tow, go, and do, and with more ways than ever to make it your own. Plus, if you order now, you'll lock in your price and lock in your rate. Do more in a 2023 Ford F-150. Custom order yours today. Lock in 2.9 for 60 and get 500 retail order bonus cash when you order a Ford F-150. Only at your Wisconsin and UP Ford dealers.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1, what's your why? More epic energy? Better sleep? Blow off steam? Step 2, join Planet Fitness for $1 down, $10 a month, cancel anytime, and get moving. Go cardio crazy in our clean and spacious clubs. Jam out on the strength machines and get down with some dumbbells. Step 3, bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for $1 down, $10 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends Wednesday, September 14th.
JC tried Game Flings for the first time the other day and forgot where she was. You can always spot a first-timer. Game Flings with Oxy Boost and Febreze.
When cold symptoms keep you up, try Vicks NyQuil Severe. Just one dose starts to relieve 9 of your worst cold and flu symptoms to help take you from 9 to 9. For max strength nighttime relief, NyQuil Severe. The nighttime sniffling, sneezing, coughing, sore throat, best sleep with a cold medicine.
Welcome to Dwellings.
Shop our fabulous showroom, Hard Rock Road, Fitchburg.
Do you remember me? This is the first day of my show. I hope my fans feel on top of the world by the time they leave the Jennifer Hudson show.
Jennifer Hudson, weekdays at 3, starting September 12th. You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
Welcome back. Apple unveiled the long-awaited iPhone 14 today, along with new Apple Watches and an updated AirPods Pro. One of the most impressive new features of the phone is the ability to connect to satellites in an emergency when cell or Wi-Fi service is not available. The basic iPhone is larger than before, takes better pictures, and features longer battery life, and will cost around $800. They'll be available for pre-order starting Friday. President Barack Obama and former First Lady Michelle Obama back inside the White House today for the unveiling of their official portraits. This has been years in the making. Current presidents usually welcome back their predecessors to the White House for the portrait unveiling, but President Trump chose not to follow the tradition and did not invite the Obamas.
With the Milwaukee Bucks regular season now just 6 weeks away, the NBA team's arena was filled with the sounds of drums last night. 30 drummers were auditioning for the team's drum line. Matthew Myers was there.
The person that stands out is going to be the one that's a performer and an entertainer. All musicians who have trained for many years can, play the drums or play the cymbals. What we're really looking for is the entertainment quality. Are they going to be able to excite the fans in this 360 stage that they have here? Exude their energy through their body, their facial expressions, all that fun stuff. abilities to learn something on the spot today as well. Not only are fans coming to see some amazing Bucks basketball, but they're looking to be entertained as well. Every game that a fan comes to, it's going to be different, and that's the goal. The person that stands out is going to be the one that's a performer and an entertainer. All musicians who have trained for many years can, play the drums or play the cymbals. What we're really looking for is...
And the Bucks Beats perform about 2 times a month, depending on the game schedule.
And they take part in community events as well. The audition results are expected to be out in about 2 weeks. Well, tomorrow is your last chance to visit the Madison Night Market this year. The event will feature a special ribbon-cutting ceremony for Madison's first ever Rainbow Street Crossing, which honors and celebrates the city's LGBTQ community. The ceremony begins at 4 o'clock at the top of State Street.
Well, check this out. A rare tropical system set to pass near the southern coast of California over the next couple days. Kay was a Category 2 hurricane this morning, but it's expected to weaken to a tropical storm as it moves closer. It'll be the closest pass for a hurricane along the U.S. border with Mexico in 25 years. Now for a look at our certified most accurate local forecasters, meteorologist Julian Seawright. And we've had kind of a quiet hurricane season in the Atlantic. It's kind of weird to see that.
I know, it's really kind of weird for us to see that, but I mean, it's kind of a good thing for at least the people in the South. They don't have to deal with hurricanes. But for us, the good news is that it's still feeling like summer, especially for the next few days until we get into about Saturday night. So soak up the sun and enjoy the 80s while we have it. Then we are looking for rain and stormy conditions from late Saturday nights until about Tuesday morning, where at least we have a chance of seeing some rainfall for us. But the good news is we're going to be returning to see some relief next week in terms of the heat, as we'll see the 70s return for us. Taking a look outside, another quiet night, and it's going to stay like that by the time we get into our morning hours. Temperatures will fall into the lower 60s over the next few hours, but otherwise winds are going to be calm and the night is going to be clear. Taking a look at what we have on our surface map, a high pressure system is going to keep things very quiet for the next few days. And then this low, which is over towards Canada as of right now, will slowly advance into the upper Midwest by the time we get into our late Saturday, which is going to bring us our rain chances. But until then, let's go ahead and plan out what we can expect for our Thursday. Heading out the door, some areas of fog are possible, but temperatures into the lower 60s are going to stick around throughout the early morning hours and into our lunchtime. We're going to start to warm up into those 70s, as you can see, with the southerly flow bringing in some warmer air. But on top of it, we're still looking at plenty of sunshine throughout the course of the day. And as we get into our Thursday evening and our evening commute, well, we're going to be looking at still plenty of open sky, lower 80s, so it's still going to be rather warm. And then going into our Thursday night, it's going to be more mild than it will be for tonight. Transitioning into Friday, we're waking up into the lower 60s. Once again, late morning hours, we're going to see those 70s already. And then by lunchtime, the 80s for some areas, but still into the upper 70s until we get into the afternoon, where we're going to be looking at a bit more of some warmth. But we're not going to be looking at too much in terms of rainfall until we get into our late Saturday afternoon and evening hours. As of right now, this could shift just a bit or speed up, meaning that it could be earlier into our Saturday, but we're looking at the main events to really impact southern Wisconsin by the time we get into our late Saturday evening into our Sunday. And we're just going to be looking at this rain training itself throughout Sunday and even into our Monday as well, which could be bringing in significant rain impacts to us here in southern Wisconsin. Some areas could see 2 to 3 inches over the course of the 3 days, starting in from our our Saturday night into our Tuesday morning. But outside of that, once we see the rain start to roll its way in, temperatures are going to drop rather quickly and be cool for our Sunday into the upper 60s. And then outside of that, we're going to be looking at the 70s coming in as well for us. And then it's going to hold firm throughout the course of the week.
A nice little stretch of weather. We will take it. Julian, thank you. And coming up next in sports, the Badger Blueprint. A look back at Bucky's Week 1 shutout at Camp Randall. Now looking ahead to Week 2 against the Cougars of Washington State. Stay with us.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
It's Throwback Thursdays at Hy-Vee. Tyson bone-in wings, only $1.99 a pound when you buy a 2.5-pound bag. And 4 packs of Cutwater canned cocktails, only $9.99. Thursday only. And visit HyVeeDeals.com for even more deals.
Family-owned Brothers Maine is celebrating Labor Day with special deals on Whirlpool kitchen and laundry appliances. With our low price guarantee and free delivery, you can kick back and relax. We've got it covered. Feel like family. Brothers Maine.
Habitat Restore is full of great finds at great prices for a great cause. With a unique inventory of high-quality, low-cost goods, you can save money and feel good about your purchase. Shop Restore Dane County today.
It's time for new energy-efficient replacement windows from Champion.
Right now, buy 2 windows, get 2 free. Don't sweat over high energy bills. Stay comfortable in your home all year long. Call or go online to book your free estimate at getchampionwindows.com.
Dear Senator Johnson, living on a fixed income, it's a struggle. I paid into Social Security and Medicare every paycheck. So it was a slap in the face when you voted to weaken Medicare. That would increase out-of-pocket costs. And when you wanted to let Wall Street gamble with Social Security. Senator Johnson, you look out for yourself and your fat cat donors, but have forgotten about us. SMP is responsible for the content of this ad.
Culligan Water delivers. From your first call, to your first sip, to your first soak. Culligan, give us a tap. The only water that comes with a van.
Dear 2029, we look forward to seeing you. After our 160-point quality assurance inspections, we'll be Toyota certified used vehicles with 7-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranties. Not to honk our own horns, but the best new cars make the best used cars. Yours, Toyota.
To learn more about Toyota certified used vehicles, see your local Toyota dealer today. Find yours at toyotacertified.com. Toyota, let's go places.
New Astapro Allergy. No allergy spray is faster. With the speed of Astapro, almost nothing can slow you down. Because Astapro starts working in 30 minutes, while other allergy sprays take hours. And Astapro is the first and only 24-hour steroid-free allergy spray. Now without a prescription. Astapro and go.
It's Throwback Thursdays at Hy-Vee. This Thursday, Frito-Lay Tostitos, only $1.88. And buy one, get one free on Mia Italian flatbreads. While supplies last. Thursday only. And visit HyVeeDeals.com for even more deals.
Herbie always gives me crap during practice. He's always like, oh, I'm going to pick this, I'm going to pick this. And he never does, so I just thought it'd be cool. In the game, I got the call. I was like, hey, Herbie, I'm going to pick this one. Worked out.
Wisconsin's jewelry thief planned his heist, and it worked out to perfection. Not only did John Torchio pick off the pass, but he housed it to the tune of 100 yards, setting a new school record in the process. And more importantly, Torch's pick six provided a much-needed spark to the Badgers, and it was all over after that.
You know, we're kind of flat. Weren't playing up to what we should play to. You know, I think Torch really turned the game around for us.
Coach Chris always talks about, you know, being that spark, being a guy who ignites the team. And I think that, you know, John Torchio making that play definitely is something that, you know, ignited other people and inspired other people to make big plays as well.
He's Jim Polzine from the Wisconsin State Journal. I'm Zach Hanley. And this is the Badger Blueprint. Jim, the defense played well. 4 sacks, 2 turnovers, and 0 points allowed. But it seemed like everyone needed that spark to get going.
Yeah, it was a weird opening 7 minutes. A lot of opening game jitters, I think. A couple penalties, a drop pass, and a punt return that kind of went awry. So, yeah, you're looking at a deficit if Illinois State goes in and scores there. Instead, Torchio picks off the pass, takes it back. Wisconsin has a lead. I think the natives were starting to get a little bit restless in those first 7 minutes. All of a sudden, the crowd gets into the game. I think the players kind of loosened up after that. It was exactly what the Badgers needed.
The Bobby Ingram era as Wisconsin's offensive coordinator couldn't have gone any better. The game plan was balanced. Braylon Allen and the running backs rushed for 221 yards, while Graham Mertz threw for 219 and completed 14 straight passes to 7 different receivers. They were methodical methodical, but also explosive, and the big gainers got this group going.
The whole morale of the whole offense is boosted because it shows that, you know, in that game, whoever you're playing, like, if every guy's on their fit and doing the right job, like, that's what can happen, you know, busting big runs or big pass plays.
You want to spread the ball out. You want to get a lot of guys touches. And the cool thing is we got a lot of guys that might not have gotten touches tonight that are going to. They're going to contribute. So, yeah, it was definitely good to get some guys going.
We asked them about the chunk plays after the game, and Mertz said they haven't even cracked the surface. How explosive can this unit be?
Yeah, I think the one thing he mentioned there that I liked was that there are a lot of guys that really didn't get their hands on the ball that still could. You look at the backfield, Ches Malusi only touched the ball 10 times. Isaac Guarendo's a guy that I think can be explosive, and I think he'll get more touches in different ways, whether it's in the run game or the pass game. Keontez Lewis, a transfer from UCLA, is a deep threat. I think he can be. He didn't touch the ball in game one. So you look at this, I think there's a lot more ways this team can be explosive, and they have to be. If you look at the last 2 years, really, one of the things that's been missing from this offense has been a lack of chunk plays. I think you're going to see more of those this year.
The best thing about non-conference games is they're like a tune-up for the Big Ten season. But the hardest part is you really don't know what to expect from teams you rarely play, which is why these first 3 weeks, it's more about Wisconsin than insert random opponent on their schedule. This week, it's Washington State.
This early in the year, you know, you kind of have film, more of their film from last year, and, you know, not all the same guys are there. There might be new coaches, things like that. So it's kind of, yeah, it's more about us, I would say, and make sure that we're prepared regardless of who we're playing.
It's not like they're not watching film or studying Washington State schemes, but I got the sense Wisconsin, they weren't pleased with how they played defensively. You got penalties, missed tackles. That really hurt them. And now, Jim, they have to work in a new safety along with Torchio.
Yeah, it's crazy after a shutout that a team would be disappointed, but I think that's a good sign for this team. They want to improve. They know that this was not a perfect performance by any means. Know they're going to have to be better against Washington State, which is a team from a power conference, and a team that can really spread you out and do some different things in the pass game and run game. So I like that they're not satisfied. I think there's a lot of more work to be done.
And coming up next, Watson returns to Camp Randall. While Paul Chris is reminding the Badgers Saturday is not a reunion. More Blueprint after the break.
Summer is ending, but the savings are endless at Bob's Discount Furniture. And this Labor Day weekend, we're having a summer send-off celebration at all Bob's locations near you and all 164 stores coast to coast, with 16 new stores this year alone.
Get Bob's Discount!
In this blistering Wisconsin heat, imagine not being able to cool yourself by simply pressing a button. It may seem easy to imagine for 60 seconds, but for many, it's a reality they can't ignore after that minute is up. Families, elderly, disabled, and veterans struggling in the scorching heat of summer, and those are just the ones we know about. A hot summer day is not simply uncomfortable for them. It can be deadly. If you have the means to help, please consider offering a hand up. No matter the amount, every dollar helps. If you or someone you know needs a hand up, our energy, water, and emergency rental assistance providers are working together to keep you safe in your home. No one in Wisconsin deserves to suffer when we can help each other.
Migraine attacks? You can't always avoid triggers like stress. Qulipta can help prevent migraine attacks. You can't prevent what's going on outside. That's why Qulipta helps what's going on inside. Qulipta is a pill, gets right to work to prevent migraine attacks and keeps them away over time. Qulipta blocks CGRP, a protein believed to be a cause of migraine attacks. Qulipta is a preventive treatment for episodic migraine. Most common side effects are nausea, constipation, and tiredness. Learn how AbbVie can help you save on Qulipta.
Backed by popular demand, Hy-Vee drive-through flu shot clinics. Just follow the signs in your Hy-Vee parking lot to get your flu shot right from your car. It's easy, convenient, and no appointment or prescription is necessary. Drive-through flu shots are offered on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 3 to 7 p.m. Or get your flu shot inside your Hy-Vee pharmacy at any time with no appointment necessary. Plus, when you get your flu shot at Hy-Vee, you get a 20-cent Hy-Vee fuel saver.
There's no other place where my story is possible. My mom was a teacher. My dad worked third shift. It was our ticket to the middle class. That's the promise of America I'll fight to protect. While others send our jobs overseas, I'll bring manufacturing back. invest in our own workers, and stock our shelves with American products. And with a middle-class tax cut, you'll be able to keep more of what you earn. I know the promise of America, and no one will fight harder to protect it. I'm Mandela Barnes, and I approve this message.
Mirror, mirror on my 5-piece Tremont bedroom set. Only $9.99. Dresser and mirror, chest, queen bed, even a nightstand. At Bob's Discount Furniture, you get the quality and value you deserve, even if you like talking to yourself in the mirror.
Get Bob's Discount.
Wake up with News 3 Now this morning. Weekdays starting at 4:30.
You know, I love him, so that's my dog, but when we're on that field, we got to handle business, and I think he feels the same way.
He is Nakia Watson, former Badger running back, now current starting Cougar running back, who will be making his first trip back to Camp Randall since transferring. So it will be good to see an old teammate, but let's be clear, it's Wisconsin versus Washington State this Saturday, not a family reunion.
He's got teammates here that know him well and certainly appreciate him. Guys, we all liked having him on this team, but you know, it's Wisconsin versus Washington State, and he's their back.
Watson's not the only one with Wisconsin ties. Wazoo's head coach Jake Dickert was born and raised here, played football at UW-Stevens Point. Jim, will Saturday be a happy homecoming for him?
I don't think so. I think Wisconsin should win this game comfortably. This is an upgraded opponent, certainly, and I don't think it's going to be quite as easy as it was in week 1. But I think Wisconsin wins by 2 touchdowns.
I agree. Wisconsin's going to be tested more, especially on the offensive line and in the secondary. This is a game, though, the Badgers should win, and they will by double digits. And that's it for this week's Badger Blueprint. Thanks for watching.
And Julian's back. Final check of the forecast.
Well, it's going to be great for the next 3 days, but then once we get into our Saturday nights, folks, it is going to be rain, and thunderstorms until we get into our early Tuesday morning.
Well, hopefully after that Badger.
Yes,
yeah,
please.
absolutely.
Thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 10.
Do something good, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.